Welcome to the Crime Stories, where the most shocking, thrilling, and untold stories from the world of crime unfold right before your eyes. Are you captivated by true crime, intrigued by unsolved mysteries, daring heists, and the secrets behind some of the most notorious criminals in history? Then you've come to the right place. James Earl Ray was born on March 10, 1928 in Alton, Illinois. He was the fourth of 7 children in a working-class family. His father, a factory worker, and his mother, who struggled with mental health issues, created a home environment that was far from stable. Ray's childhood was troubled. His family struggled with poverty, and Ray himself had trouble fitting in. His father was strict and often absent, and his mother's mental health made things even harder. By the time Ray was a teenager, he had developed a rebellious streak, becoming involved in petty crime. His early years would set the stage for the path he would eventually follow. Ray's first run-in with the law came in his early 20s. In 1948, at just 20 years old, he was convicted of burglary and sentenced to prison. This would mark the beginning of a long and troubled relationship with the criminal justice system. Over the years, Ray was arrested several more times for various crimes, including armed robbery and theft. Each time he found himself behind bars, he would develop a deeper resentment for the system. But it wasn't just his criminality that would make him infamous. It was his relentless desire to escape. Ray's first prison escape came in 1959 while he was serving time at the Missouri State Penitentiary, a notoriously tough facility. This was the beginning of his transformation into an escape artist. With the help of a few hidden tools, Ray was able to break out of his cell. He climbed over the prison walls under the cover of darkness, using his knowledge of the prison's layout to avoid detection. For a few months he was free. But, as was often the case, his freedom didn't last long. After several months on the run, Ray was recaptured. In 1967, Ray made his second escape, this time from the Illinois State Penitentiary. After spending several years behind bars, he knew exactly what to do. This escape was even more daring than the first. Ray had learned from his previous failure. Using a combination of charm and cunning, he was able to manipulate guards and fellow inmates to create a distraction. Once again, Ray broke free. He was out in the world, but only for a few months. His time on the run would be cut short when he was eventually caught again. Ray's third escape came in 1968, this time from a maximum security prison in Kansas. This was a critical point in his life. At this stage, Ray had already committed multiple crimes, but his escape methods had become much more sophisticated. Using a bedsheet, he scaled the walls and disappeared into the night. Once again, the authorities were caught off guard. For weeks, Ray stayed free, constantly moving and changing identities, proving just how dangerous and unpredictable he had become. But 1968 was also the year that would forever alter Ray's life. On April 4th, James Earl Ray shot and killed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Memphis, Tennessee. The assassination sent shockwaves through the nation and changed Ray's life trajectory. No longer just a common criminal, Ray became one of the most wanted men in America. After the assassination, Ray fled the country, but his crime and escape attempts didn't stop. He continued to evade authorities, his every move closely tracked by the FBI. In the years following the assassination, Ray would continue his escape attempts. His fourth escape came in 1970 when he managed to break out of another prison in Kansas. This time he used even more elaborate tactics, including bribing a guard. But In 1972, Ray tried again. His fifth escape attempt was foiled. Still undeterred, he made his sixth and final escape attempt in 1975. This time, his plan was foiled at the last moment, and his escape career came to an end. Ray's final capture in 1975 marked the end of his attempts to outrun the law. After years of breaking out of prison, he was sentenced to 99 years for the assassination of Dr. King. But the question remained, what drove him to keep escaping? Was it the thrill of the chase, the desire for freedom, or simply a deep, abiding hatred for the system? James Earl Ray spent the rest of his life in prison, dying in 1998. His legacy is marked not just by the assassination of one of America's most beloved leaders, but by his 6 daring prison escapes. Despite all of his attempts to outrun justice, Ray could never escape his own past. James Earl Ray's life is a chilling reminder of how far a man will go when driven by desperation and the desire to be free. 6 escapes, 1 assassination, and a life spent running. His story remains a dark chapter in American history. And that wraps up today's crime story. We hope you found it as thrilling and mysterious as we did. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more shocking true crime tales that we release every week.